The air war between Iran and Israel has entered its sixth consecutive day, as both nations continue to exchange aerial missile strikes despite mounting international concern and a call from U.S. President Donald Trump for Iran's unconditional surrender. According to Reuters, in the early hours of Wednesday, the Israeli military reported 2 barrages of Iranian missiles targeting Israel. Explosions were heard over Tel Aviv. Israel struck back, targeting Iranian military installations. Residents in parts of southwestern Tehran were instructed to evacuate, and Iranian media reported Israeli strikes on a university linked to the Revolutionary Guards, as well as the Khojir missile facility near Tehran, a site previously hit by Israel last October. The U.S. Office of the Director of National Intelligence identifies Iran as possessing the largest number of ballistic missiles in the Middle East. Iran considers these missiles a vital deterrent against threats from the U.S., Israel, and other regional powers. On Tuesday, Donald Trump warned that U.S. patience was running out. In a Truth Social post, he claimed that the U.S. knows the whereabouts of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, stating, "We are not going to take him out, at least not for now. Our patience is wearing thin." Minutes later, he posted, "Unconditional surrender." Trump's shifting tone, from threats to potential diplomacy, has left the global community uncertain about the U.S. stance. A source familiar with internal White House discussions confirmed that Trump is weighing several options, including possible U.S. participation in strikes against Iranian nuclear sites. On Tuesday, Trump held a 90-minute National Security Council meeting and spoke by phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The U.S. is now deploying additional fighter jets to the region and extending the stay of other aircraft. Though not directly engaged in the conflict, Washington has assisted Israel by intercepting incoming Iranian missiles. Meanwhile, a source with access to U.S. intelligence said Iran has moved some ballistic missile launchers, though it's unclear whether the targets are Israeli or American. Despite the rising tensions, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, speaking from the G7 summit in Canada, stated that there is no sign of imminent U.S. entry into the conflict. In Iran, the situation has intensified. According to sources close to Supreme Leader Khamenei, key military and security advisors have been killed in Israeli strikes, weakening his inner circle and increasing the chances of strategic miscalculations. Iranian media also reported a massive Israeli cyber offensive targeting the country's digital infrastructure. In response, Iran's Cybersecurity Command has banned officials from using mobile phones and communication devices. Since the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel, Israel has targeted Tehran's allies across the region, from Hamas in Gaza to Hezbollah in Lebanon and militias in Iraq and Yemen. Even Bashar al-Assad, a longtime Iranian ally in Syria, has been ousted. Israel launched its current air campaign, the largest in its history, on Friday, claiming Iran was nearing nuclear weapon capability. Iran denies this, insisting its nuclear program is peaceful and within the scope of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. However, the IAEA has declared Iran in breach of its obligations for the first time in nearly 2 decades. On Tuesday, it confirmed an Israeli strike directly hit Natanz underground enrichment halls. Israel says it now controls Iranian airspace and is preparing to escalate. But experts believe that without U.S. support, Israel cannot neutralize heavily fortified nuclear sites like Fordow. Iran reports 224 deaths, mostly civilians, while Israel has confirmed 24 civilian casualties. Mass evacuations are underway in both countries. Global oil markets remain on edge, especially after strikes hit South Pars, the world's largest gas field, shared by Iran and Qatar.